Good afternoon, everybody. This is Max here, and today we're going to take a look at Canada's election, which is going to take place very soon from now, on December 20th, which is tomorrow. Now, in front of us, we have the map of Canada's last election results from the 2019 federal election. And as you can see here, the Liberal Party, led by Justin Trudeau, won, followed by the Conservative Party, the Bloc Québécois, which is essentially a Quebec only party, and the NDP. And Canada also has a Green Party, but they're quite insignificant. Now, the NDP is a party left to the Liberal Party, so it's not a moderate party. I want you to know that, even though you probably already did. And other than that, you see here on this map that the Liberals, just like in the United States, have their strongholds in the cities. So does the Bloc Québécois, along with Quebec. And the NDP, the New Democratic Party, along with the Conservative Party, have their strengths in the more rural parts of the country, which doesn't make too much sense to some people because it's a very left-wing party and they're also represented in many of those inner cities. But the NDP is essentially a party which only very, very, very left-wing people vote for, while the more moderate population somehow seems to assemble behind Justin Trudeau. That, however, doesn't really correlate with the fact that the Conservatives receive much support from rural Canada, because they are probably in line with Canada, with America's Democratic Party, because Canada is a much more left-wing country than America. Nonetheless, the principle that counts in the United States largely also counts in Canada. The Conservatives do well in the rural areas, the Liberals and the far-left progressives do well in the cities. They also do well in the north, because these are First Nation Canadian heavy areas, and of course the Bloc Québécois does well in Quebec. Now, so far so good, but who is going to win this time? And I suggest, in order to find out that, we're going to take a look at the election itself, and at the polling that has been conducted so far. Yeah, here we got polling. That is opinion polling on this election, which is going to take place tomorrow. And as of right now, Justin Trudeau seems to have a slight lead in terms of party support in the popular vote. However, that doesn't mean that he's in the hot water, because just like the Electoral College in the United States seems to be favoring the Republicans, in Canada, their district system has benefited Trudeau and the Liberal Party last time, and it is likely to do so again. Whom it will absolutely not benefit are smaller parties, because that's the thing with first past the post. The lower your vote share, the more drastically your seat share decreases. There's one more interesting thing though. The CCP, no, not the CCP, the People's Party of Canada, the PPC, which didn't even win a single seat last time, seems to be on its way up. And that's a party to the right of the Canadian Conservative Party, just like the New Democratic Parties to the left of the Canadian Liberal Party. Alright then. This shows polling over a longer time span, I assume. Yep, indeed it does. And now let's make a prediction, I should say. I'm using yet another political map simulator for that, and I would love to do a very detailed, in-depth seat projection about Canada's election, but I don't really have all that much time because I also got some schoolwork to do, so we're going to largely oversimplify this. I will, of course, analyze the election results as deeply as possible, but for now we're going to make our prediction by provinces. Now, I will predict each province and to whom it will go and by which margin. So I think I should add for lean and tilt for the Conservatives this light blue here, or yeah, anyway. Okay, let's just make a prediction and I'll give you the margins while we're talking about it. I believe that the Conservatives will carry Alberta, Saskatchewan, and Manitoba. British Columbia and Nunavut, of course, British Columbia is a whole other deal, but these three provinces are very rural. They should go to the Conservatives. British Columbia is an entirely different thing. Even though those were the four provinces the Conservatives carried last time, this time it will be different. Now, the Liberal Party will likely take New Brunswick, Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Islands, Newfoundland, and Labrador. I'm not sure about Quebec, but they will take Ontario for sure. Ontario has gone for Conservatives in the past, however, Trudeau won it last time and he'll win it next time. In the First Nation heavy areas, I believe the NDP will have good chances, especially in Nunavut. But because last time Yukon and the Northwest Territory both went to Justin Trudeau and did with Liberal leaders in the past, I believe they'll go to them again. Now, we only got two provinces left, Quebec and British Columbia. And the Bloc Québécois might actually be on its way up. They were only very, very, very short behind in the popular vote and seat results. In the popular vote, not in the seat results, in Quebec. They almost beat Trudeau with the popular vote in Quebec. And this time they might actually do it. We just have to go back to our current numbers. Last time they won 4.6% of the popular vote, and this time they're polling around, where do we have it? They're polling around, yeah, they're again polling around 6%. Not again, but this time they're polling around 6%. And that might actually be enough to lift them over the top. Nonetheless, I do believe that Trudeau will overperform on election night, so I give him Quebec, even though I would totally not be surprised if the Bloc Québécois was to win it. And now we got British Columbia. And there the question is really, will the Conservatives win it or the NDP? The Liberal Party is really not in question there. It's kind of an odd thing because in British Columbia, it seems like the election wasn't really held between the Liberals and the Conservatives as it is in the entire rest of the country. It's more between the Conservatives and the NDP. And because the NDP overall is surging, I believe the Conservatives will probably lose this province to the NDP. Yeah, so this is my election prediction. Now, however, I would put Quebec as a complete toss-up and would say that it's totally possible for the Bloc Québécois to pick it up. You can decide Quebec, honestly. And I think, yeah, this is it. All of those provinces should be pretty determined. Only British Columbia and Quebec are the ones where I'm not sure about who's going to ultimately gather the most amount of votes. But I do think that Justin Trudeau is going to win the overall election and maintain his governance through a minority government. I don't think he's going to get together with the NDP. Okay, I'm very excited for the results tomorrow. I hope you are too. And what I hope even more so is that you liked this video. And if you did, give it a thumbs up and consider a subscription. Other than that, have a nice day and see you.